Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good? Yo, don't mind the character from Undertale's getting completely thrashed on. That is normal. Okay, see, look, he's making a comeback. Now it's really normal. Guys, if you haven't started watching this series, do not get left so far behind, and I can understand completely now why there's 36 episodes. This was a huge twist and a nice blast from the past, and I don't think shows use the past or even flashbacks for that instance very well. So seeing this being so well done actually makes me really happy to know that we're looking like we're in a position to really start understanding um, more and more about the alchemy aspect and the puppet aspect of just what's going on. Not to mention the weirdest thing with the puppet is, or the puppet that is fused with our main character, is kind of giving us so much information in the sense of when he became fused with him now, he's learning what what's going on in the past. And for him to learn like that the person who he's fused with, wow, I didn't even have to do anything. Good job, Undertales. Um the person he's fused with is kind of leaking into his brain in the sense of like his own memories. So it's like he doesn't have memories. He has its memories. He has the puppet's memories, you know. So it makes even more sense why he would, do what he did last week's episode and not even react, to seeing the person that he saved. Uh, Actually, it almost makes it kind of weird in the sense of like maybe it is unrealistic because if he had the past with her and now he has like, um he also now has this uh new, like the new future that they like made for each other, or just a new like they're friends, they're close, and it makes sense if they were remember each other, and that was something else. He remembered like small details, which he did earlier, but I think with the thing that healed him, it's taking more and more effect on his body, and because it's taking all that effect, his brain, nonetheless, like everything, I'm taking it. The way I see it is, when he gets injured, it's an easier way for that, um, for it all to like kind of start blending into his body. So I just feel like that is a good sign of what we're getting here. But I mean, that's just my guess at this point, because for all I know, this could literally just be his ancestors, and somehow since he was hooked up to his ancestors, which I mean, the guy in the past looks exactly like him, unless he's just seeing it from his narrative, but that wouldn't make sense. Like, he put himself in the position of the person and he was watching it. Um, but supposedly, once his old master starts to tell him this story that happened over 200 years ago, um, he instantly kind of gets like nostalgia feeling, like the person inside or the person who he's been fused with already knows the story. He's like, oh, this is my story. Not, oh, this is a story of something from 200 years ago. This is literally my story. And the whole point of it was two brothers were puppet users, and they just wanted to make them move even more like humans, which they went to France, I believe, to learn alchemy and to try to figure out how the alchemy could apply to um, their creations of the puppets. So by trying to put two and two together, it seemingly like backfired in the sense of just because somebody like showed up in their life and they both kind of I man, like, this was a rough episode just for um just like the overall thought of what was going on in the and the fourth, like out of all the everything that was going on, like this is rough to think about. But pretty much the brother who was I don't really think they I think they did specify it. I'm just drawing a blank, but one was younger, one was older, I believe. And I think it was the older brother who, he was the one that was really focused on alchemy, and he was the one that really wanted to, get it done, have no time for this and that. And the younger brother always wanted to like check out, fun, entertaining things, learn things about people, stuff like that. And because his older brother was always against it, he kind of, became that way too and wanted to focus up. But it then when they actually go out, it backfires on the younger brother when they're hanging out with Farnese, the girl who looks exactly the same as the girl that is protecting the little kid, which the little kid ran away. So it looks like we have another little bit of a crazy ordeal on our hands with him leaving his own the circus that he built up with her, and then um, also with everybody separated pretty much at this point by the end of the episode. And we know the guy who has his memories lost is way further away than he was when Guy crashed. And mind you, the girl and the guy and the little kid find Guy, but the weird thing is, Guy had some like amulet or like some pocket watch on him, and I'm pretty sure that watch probably has what's his face in it, the little kid in there. And maybe Guy is someone that was working with the father. He was working with that kid's father back in time, like back when, and that's someone that got the fortune. Or even worse, Guy is someone who is targeting that kid as well as everyone else because maybe that fortune has something to do with the Midnight Circus, or you know what I mean? Like maybe, and that maybe that's just Guy's interpretation of it. Like he doesn't know the full story, but he knows that this kid is somehow linked to it. He's going to, track him down and stuff like that, which I thought was interesting because at the end of this, like with the kid like dipping, what if he just, follows him and trails him and stuff like that? But at the same time, um, we already know his bodyguard is like unaware of his leaving. So I'm really interested to see what the heck is Guy up to. We know that he's the teacher of her, and that's about it at this point. And with him being the teacher, he was getting like some special treatment from her, and all the stories that she's told about her being a puppet and having no feelings, to all of a sudden like, oh, that's the guy who was really nice to me and showed feelings towards me in the sense of actually taking care of me. So it's like, oh, so were you like lying the whole time, And that's the kind of the feeling I got from the kid this week. He's just like, oh, that's kind of like a knife in the back. Like, I guess you can't tell me the truth all the time, or something along those lines. So very, very crazy there. And then to think that it goes into that backstory of the main guy who loses his arm in the past getting married to the girl that we see with the kid in the past, Farnese. And then as soon as they get married, we already knew the brothers stopped talking as soon as. So yeah, sorry. Back to when the kid brother got drunk in the past. That was the opportunity for one of the brothers to get to know her much better, get to learn all these things about her, and at the same time, he learned those things for a good reason, I feel like. Like he learned things about her that I don't think anybody would care to learn. Um, but when he did learn them, I think it made it that much more obvious that he wanted to do something, nice for her and stuff like that. So instead of being someone that just saw her as attractive and selling apples and this and that, that's all the younger brother really saw. The older brother saw that this girl goes to people's houses at night, gives them, food. How does that track, bro? That character is broken then. Um, she's going to a whole like orphanage of kids that literally look like they had nobody to take care of them but her, so it really brings out this perspective of like who is the best person in this whole town, and it come to find out that it's her. She's the saint of like, the people who have nothing, the people who are still losing everything. And it was really cool to see that aspect because as of now, the girl version that we know, she don't believe in like, she believes in saving one person, but she didn't even believe she was human, to be in the right to do certain things, so to get the complete opposite, God, this guy's annoying. That's all he does is block. You see? Um, look, so trash. To be honest though, I really want to see just what she's going to influence on both of them now. I mean, clearly with a puppet wanting to move more like a human, we could see something extremely insane, where the younger brother tries to make the older brother the puppet. Um, but at the same time, I think he might turn himself into one. Like, how is he Like, you're telling me he's just gonna go low for no reason? I'm not going low ever, and he's just gonna go low. Um, and the brother is either going to take this very badly in the sense of going after him, or he's going to, you know what I mean? Like, he's going to just use it on himself, I feel like. Because at this point, this makes sense that we're getting, like, the history of how maybe the first human animatronic was made. And I mean, these guys are straight up like opening their necks and stretching their necks out further, and their their fingers are claws and stuff like that. So to think that we might be seeing the first one out of all of them is actually kind of scary because it just goes to show you that this guy had like the knowledge of like ridiculous things that could instantly change like a lot of people's lives, but instead of like trying to help people, it's just like how the older brother said that um, alchemy is for them and no one else. That's just let's go. And because it's for them and no one else, I think that's another reason why the older brother felt so guilty about learning it and about continuously following it when there's someone that he has in his life that puts every single person before herself. And to think that that person is smiling and is happy around you only strengthens the fact that she doesn't care about, like what people think of her and stuff like that. So I thought that was another beautiful way of illustrating like it doesn't matter, like what she's been branded as, what she's been through. It's never going to change her passion for trying to save, for her passion just to try to see someone to feel better. I mean, she straight up gave these old couple bread and didn't even say anything. She like knocked on their door and left it, I'm guessing, because when they come out, they didn't even know she was there. So she's clearly been used to even getting told like turned down like no dear, you need to eat this, type of deal. And it's so awesome just to see that. Oh, JoJo character. It's so awesome just to see that and to have, the understanding behind it because it makes her that much more of a powerful character in my opinion to me. Because she's been like this for 200 years, Farnese. And something like Guy, for some reason, changed her, brought her somewhere that turned a person like her into a puppet. Because I have a feeling that this is like the reincarnation type of deal. Hold on. Excuse me. This is like reincarnation, kind of like or like maybe the passing down of some like a spirit, like a spiritual feeling, like just a happy, all-go-lucky person. And then you put her in this area where she's supposed to imagine she's a doll, and she completely loses it all. And I think it also shows with her smile and stuff, and how much the main guy who lost his arm actually enjoyed the main girl's smile, because he's always enjoyed it for 200 years. So, Really big, huge moment of backstory here. I'm not really sure if they're going to confirm that, they're both the same from that time period and it's just been going on nonstop love cycle. But we're at episode 9, yeah, or something. We're not in the double digits, and there's 36 episodes. I almost want to say I'm on episode 7 or something, like something earlier than 9. Um, no, no, it's 9. So to just put it into perspective, we could be seeing like a character completely lose himself and become a different character and complete like overhaul of our main character turning into the person that he's been fused with. That would be actually crazy, and then seeing the inner struggle between them to feel who's in control. I just want to know. I want to know. The brother is gone off the deep end. He told his older brother he loves her and he can't, take her first. She's his, and he literally got to watch inside of the church him marry her. So let me know what you guys think is going to pop off here soon. So much can happen, but we only can imagine so much at this point. And I truly hope you guys have a good day, night, morning, evening, whatever the case is when you're watching this. And I still am just hoping you guys check out this anime. Absolutely nuts. Um, I think it's called like L something Circus in the sub version of it. But it's just literally Kairyu Circus and or Cairo Circus. God, you guys got to check this out. I'm sorry. I say that a lot, and I'm going to continue to probably say it every episode, but just check it out. And the more of you guys that check it out that I know that are the good people that I get to talk to almost on a daily when I drop something that we can talk about, if you guys are the ones that are watching it, I probably won't need to say it anymore because I just want you guys to enjoy what I enjoy. Is that so much to ask? It might be. I apologize. Alright, everybody. Take care, and I will talk to you in the next one. So, with that, peace.